Hey folks, today I'm going to talk briefly about the 300 Blackout as a deer rifle. Whitetail deer is what I'm talking about here. So I'm just going to go over this one real quick. I actually use this for deer hunting when I'm not open field hunting. Got a little notepad here. I'll just kind of look at this as I go along. So this particular rifle is PSA upper and lower. Magpul furniture, CTR stock. CTR stock keeps it quiet so it doesn't knock around a little bit. The other stocks can be kind of loose. I guess the BCM stock's pretty quiet too. It locks up pretty tight. That's important to me in a hunting rifle, that it doesn't rattle. This one has the EPT trigger. It's a little better. And I got JP 3.5 pound springs in it. Everything else is pretty much stock, except for the recoil buffer is a sound mitigation buffer, SMB. Also, so that if I knock it on something, it doesn't go boing in the woods. That's a very unnatural sound. This one's wearing a Burris pepper mount, which I think is excellent, and a 1:4 Nikon Monarch 3, which I also think is an excellent scope for this type of rifle. Sling it up any way you want. One thing I really like about having an AR as a deer rifle is that you can wear it in the front, across your chest, and it's just super quick to bring up. I hunt where it's thick, as you can see in the background. This is pretty much the same as my hunting woods. And it's thick, you don't get a lot of long shots in woods like this. So having the rifle at the ready is really nice. Low power scope's ideal. You don't need high power. It just exaggerates your wobble anyhow. So, why a rifle like this? In 300 Blackout particularly. At the distances you're talking about hunting that a 300 is appropriate for, in my eyes, I'm talking 200 yards or less. 200 yards in these kind of woods is a long ass shot. I don't get sight lines that long. I mean, 60 yards is actually pushing it. So there's enough power there with a supersonic round to cause hydrostatic shock, stretch cavity, good wounding. I use SIG 120 grain, solid copper. It's good stuff. I've got deer in the ground with it. I like it a lot. I'll keep using it. Low recoil, right? And a reason to use a 300 Blackout is parts compatibility. All you gotta do is slap an upper on it. On a lower you might already have, and you're in business. Which I don't usually do. I'll buy a complete rifle or put one together and just have it as the deer rifle. But that is a perk to some people. Very low recoil, so smaller stature people could use it just fine without the flinch factor and all that. Where is this style of rifle appropriate? Like what conditions of use? I hunt big Minnesota whitetail deer. I'm in the northeast part of Minnesota. They're big. They're big on the hoof. The bigger bucks are 200 pounds, sometimes larger. You know, they're tall, they're big deer. And I have no qualms about using this kind of rifle on deer that large. You got to keep your range low. I have this rifle sighted in dead on at 200. And that keeps me inside a 6-inch pipe out to about 230 yards, I want to say. So it doesn't go over 3 inches above line of sight, and it doesn't go below 3 until around 230 yards, if I recall correctly. Honestly, I'm not going to get a shot that long. It doesn't exist where I hunt with this rifle. When I field hunt, I take a flatter rifle, odd 6 or a 243 or whatever, something just with a little more whack to it. So yeah, anything thick, and I don't mean 15 yards thick. I mean for me, I draw the line with this rifle at 200 yards, like I said. That's where the power starts fizzling out, where I'm comfortable with it. You know, the numbers say 1,000 feet per second to kill a deer, or 1,000 foot-pounds, sorry, to kill a deer. This is just under 1,000 foot-pounds at 200 yards. So I'm still okay with that number. Like I said, those type of shots just don't pop up anyhow. So I'm totally cool with it. Who is this appropriate for? Really, anybody. Anybody can be an excellent shot with this rifle. It's super ergonomic, you know, it's an AR-15. They feel good. The safety's intuitive, you know, the shooting style's intuitive. The stocks are collapsible, so they'll fit pretty much anyone that's, you know, big enough to hunt, really. And you can web them up, carry them on your person easier than just about any other rifle, in my opinion. So it's, for some people, it's a hard pill to swallow to say, oh yeah, 300 Blackout can do what I need a deer rifle to do. But if you really think about it, and you're in the hunting conditions that I am, where 200 yards is a shot that's just not going to happen because the line of sight isn't that long where you hunt. If you don't lie to yourself, and you say, all right, realistically, in the real world where I hunt, you know, 100 yards is a long shot. That doesn't come up, you know. At one of the shacks I hunt at, anywhere I hunt, there's no line of sight that's 100 yards long. It doesn't exist. And so this is perfect. Anything with more power is just wasted energy. You know, it's wasted recoil, it's wasted expense in ammo. It's unnecessary. So 300's just perfect, and it kills deer really, really well. So a better question would be, what more do you need power-wise? And, you know, killing power-wise. If this does it just fine, why do you need the 30-06? You know, the bullet's coming out of the deer on the far side at 2,200 feet per second. You just, like, it's just wasted energy. It's more recoil. I mean, I love a 30-06, don't get me wrong, but it's not necessary, you know? So, something to think about, I guess. And like I said, those little pointers on the sound mitigation buffer that doesn't have a twang to it if you bump it around, and, you know, keeping it quiet. Have stocks that lock up tight, that don't rattle. Keep the unnatural noises to a minimum if you can, if you're going to set up a deer rifle like this. And I really do recommend low power. I usually keep this one on 1 power, because I can both eyes open. It's a really nice clear scope. That's about it. Any questions? Toss a comment in, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.